Well, this is the start of the solo PA Deer Camp 2020 section. You've seen Mike leave, and even you know the story with him up for the weekend. Currently Sunday afternoon, about 3 o'clock, and I'm going to head over to the stand over here. Mike's been seeing him up in this area here, so I'm going to kind of be concentrating back there. I'd rather see it been an off day for the deer and an off day for the humans. But let's move on to PA Deer Camp 2020 Solo Edition. Well, time to get the fire lit. Very little this afternoon. I didn't see anything actually all day, so it was a 0.0 day for me. Chairman saw the one. Very little shooting this afternoon while I was out. Heard about 3 shots very far away. So let's get this fire going a little bit and time for dinner. The chairman left me with a beautiful dinner tonight, basically Thanksgiving all over again. Mac and cheese, green beans, mushrooms, red peppers, gravy, and some turkey breast. I'm going to use the old Mount Rainier Camp Chef stove to warm all this stuff up. Hopefully very slow over here with the beans and the mac and cheese, and kind of sort of almost like heat this turkey breast up along with the gravy. This is going to be very good, and I'm going to enjoy this, and then I think a little sliced apple pie and a coffee after dinner. We are talking rain tomorrow, for especially the morning. Monday, the traditional open, but I don't think it's the traditional anymore. I think now the traditional is going to be Saturday. If it's raining hard, I'm just going to sleep in the morning. We shall certainly see. We haven't crossed that bridge yet. Going with the lowest flame possible over here that the camp chef will give out. Yeah, just about ready. And using the wood stove to heat that gravy up. Be eating in a minute. As predicted, we've got the rain this morning. I could hear it heavy 5 or so when I woke up. So it kind of rolled back, and we also had this fog in here, as you can see in the background. And when you have optics on your firearm and fog, you know they don't go together too well. If it clears, I'm going to head down to the blind. In the meantime, have a little breakfast, a little coffee. Got something to hang up from one of the viewers sent me. Rains all day, may just end up staying in. If not, I'll head out in the afternoon. What's going on about lunchtime? Rain's still coming down. Fog is still out there. So I'm going to take a few minutes just to redo this section right here. I'm going to take this sign down, and I have a couple shadow boxes here that Jack from Three Brothers in the Pines camp was kind enough to send. These are old antique tags, non-resident tags and resident tags, hunting tags, the fishing buttons that you saw if you watch one of the videos, one of my solo trips. I mentioned them. Also got a nice picture of Senior and I fishing one time down at Pine Creek. So I have that. I'm going to try to look through some more hunting things and see what I can find with us together. I know I did have a couple with us with some deer, and I'm going to have to get that out and actually get it scanned. I think I actually have it in a frame. So I'm going to go ahead and put these up, but I want to thank Jack for sending these along. He's a collector of these antique tags, and if you're interested in purchasing some, or you do have some that you want to sell, contact me. I'll get you in touch with Jack. They're pretty interesting to see from way back in the day. They're very nice, and I know Jack has had a little bit of a tough year, lost his dad, and it's always a tough time, especially now. You think what you're doing, but Jack, I know you and the family are going to get through this and think of him on a daily basis like we do that's lost a relative. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up with these. I'll be back. We'll see what it looks like after I'm done. I was thinking about putting them in my spot over there, but then I thought kind of with the deer and the antique tags and everything, it might look better over here. So I'm going to go ahead and rearrange this. Well, they're up. I'm glad that I kind of decided to put them in this area instead of sort of hidden back in my bunk. Very nice, kind of very apropos with the cabin. Looks great. Nice picture of Senior and I together down Pine Creek. Have a little bit more room over here. I'll go ahead and get another picture printed up and maybe get it put over here somewhere. Can always rearrange a few things if I need to. But Jack, again, appreciate your kindness and generosity.
And you can see this fog as I'm moving down to the blind. Gonna have to get pretty lucky this afternoon to have something come in close that I'm gonna have a chance at. But we'll make afternoon of it. Well, the fog's been rolling in and out all day, so hopefully it'll roll out more towards dusk and we get something to walk by close. So that's the only hope this afternoon.
Back in, unfortunately didn't see anything this afternoon. The blind did keep me nice and dry, warm out of the wind anyway. Heard a couple shots, I think 2 or 3 at the most. I think it was 2. Kind of a misty afternoon. There is still some stuff coming down. It's mist. It's just not showing up on the radar. We'll see tomorrow. Chance of a mix, maybe an inch of snow. We'll see by this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. We'll get some dinner going in a few minutes. Well, since we haven't been too successful about getting deer here, I figure I'd bring some up. That's what's on the docket tonight. I got a little bit left over from last year's Delaware deer, and gonna make a little bit of shepherd's pie with it. Fry that ground up. I got some sauce to put in there, give it that shepherd's pie taste. And instead of going with the mashed potatoes, I have a little bit of that mac and cheese from left over from last night. So I'm gonna have that. That was pretty good stuff last night. And I know there's gonna be some leftovers of this I'll be having a little bit later in the week. I did purchase the mini-series, The Pacific. Haven't watched it. Got it a while back. It's just been saving for the right time. It seems like the right time. So we'll go ahead and get into a little bit of this tonight. Start part 1 and see where it goes. But first, a little bit of dinner. Supposed to go down to low 30s tonight. May get a fire going. You know, the usual when I'm sitting around here. Nice dinner, nice movie, nice beverage. Wouldn't mind a cigar, something like that, but I'm going to hold off probably until the weekend before I have that. I don't pollute the cabin up, but wouldn't mind one, that's for sure. Let me get that sauce stirred in there. Doesn't have the carrots and the peas and stuff like that, but that's okay. I'm going to have some of that tomorrow. Let's let that simmer for a while. Everything's better with a little garlic salt on it.
A little bit of sleet, snow, rain coming down right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get in the blind for a while, and we'll see what happens this morning. We'll see if any of this different weather gets them moving a bit. It's about 8 o'clock. Rain is starting to change over to more snow now, but not sticking to anything because everything's so wet, not quite under 32 degrees yet. No movement so far. Haven't heard one shot this morning. It was Tuesday, 4th day of the season. It's just like one of those things you just don't know if guys have given up already, gone home, and maybe come back for doe. So I think the next few days may be pretty quiet, but we'll see. For me, I'm hoping it's not quiet. Hoping to see something and put that Creedmoor in action.
Well, went into town after I came back in. Just got some gas for the generator and a couple supplies here. Some tasty cakes. Cooking up a little lunch. We got some Chinese chow mein naked noodles, and I had a piece of that steak left from Mike and I, so I decided to heat that up, and they're gonna have that and the noodles for a little lunch today. On and off snow showers again. Gonna be heading out this afternoon. There's not too many people up the mountain right now, as I thought. That's why probably kind of lack of activity. But that's okay. Maybe they'll be moving this afternoon. That's what I got to hope for. I'll probably go out my stand over this way this afternoon instead of getting in the blind. See what happened over that area, and then come back for a another nice dinner coming up. Some nice deer stew tonight. some from North Carolina. So let me get this stuff going, and I'll see you a little later. Got some nice snow coming down this afternoon. Changed my hat, maybe give me a little bit better luck or something like that. Though I can't say I ever remember getting a deer with this hat on. But let's head down to the stand, the elevated one today. Seen anything in a couple days now, so I'm either getting discouraged or I'm due. So I'm hoping I'm due to see something. So, not a bad afternoon. Wind's blowing right in my face. Probably be scanning a little bit this way, a little bit downhill, probably back and forth. Well, another day, Tuesday afternoon. Oh, you can see a little bit of snow, a little dusting. You could see a lot better today, but unfortunately I didn't see anything. Now, time to head back into the cabin. I think it should be nice and warm in there from the fire I started. So, let's get in there and make some good food. Looking forward to that. Sure. Always do. Burned a few calories out here today, staying warm. Tonight's dinner, we have some North Carolina deer that my wife was nice enough to can up, so I didn't have to worry about keeping this cold for all that time. So I'm going to pop this, get it in here, a little water, got some potatoes, some carrots. I'm going to throw them in, some green beans also that I brought up, a little beef bouillon for flavoring, and maybe a little bit of extra water in there. Simmer that for a little bit, and I am really looking forward to this because I'll tell you, I'm starved. Really hungry this afternoon. There we go, nice seal on that. This is going to be good. We'll see for the finished product. Here it is, steaming hot. First bowl. I'm just so hungry. I gotta grab a bowl full, and I'm letting the rest of it simmer there for a little bit. So I'm gonna sit down, enjoy this, continue on with the Pacific. I watched 2 parts last night, and maybe I'll pick up another 2 parts this evening. So far so good. Not quite as, I think, cohesive as Band of Brothers was. I'm not getting the feeling of who these people are yet, and it may come in time. But so far so good. Enjoyed it. Nice to see something done about actually the Pacific and the island hopping. You don't see that much. A few John Wayne movies here or there. Well, it's about 9:15. Haven't seen anything yet. No movement. Not sure if you can see some of the snow blowing in the blind here. Still coming down a little bit. Some is coming off the trees. But we'll wait it out. I'm gonna see how long I can take in here today. I'm hoping 11 o'clock at least. Getting a little bit windy. Didn't see anything. Gonna take a little bit of a walk around here. See if we can find a different spot. Maybe there's
set that blind up in a different spot if Sean wants to when he gets here on Friday. And I just wanted to really see if I cut some more tracks or anything. Have not seen anything so far. Nice day in the woods. Snow, quiet, besides the wind and me talking. But I'm just going to take a little bit of walk down here and around and see if I see any kind of tracks or anything like that, or any movement. I'm going to head back to the cabin, I think, the rest of the day. I'll cut some tracks here. Pretty nice size, but I think these were the last night. There's a little bit of snow in them. They're not fresh cut. So they kind of go off the direction that I was posted up at, but definitely not this morning's. You can see they're not very fresh and they have snow in them. But it looks like 2 or 3 with a nice one, I would say, would be a pretty big doe and a couple fawns with, if I had to take a guess. Looped around, ended up coming out at my other stand on the other side of the property. As you can see, that gray, white, that blends in pretty good this time of the year. If I was sitting up there, probably, you can only see my chest and head basically. Cut a few more sets of tracks. All were last night, all filled in with snow. The snow this morning wasn't enough to fill them in. I saw my prints coming in and they didn't have any snow in them, so I know it was all last evening or last night, and didn't get any beds or anything like that, or fresh scrapes. So I'm gonna head back. That wind is blowing pretty good. So I'm gonna head back to the cabin. We'll see what this afternoon does, but I just may call it a day. I keep going back and forth. So I'll get back to the cabin. A little leftovers on the stove over there. Not going to bore you with that. I spent the day basically cleaning up a little bit in here, getting my stuff kind of where it should be, and let those guys have some room when they come in for their stuff. I'll probably put the Jackery solar panel in my car, and I got my stuff over here organized and into my cubicle or bedding area, whatever you want to call it. You see I got hooks everywhere, got all my stuff hung up, and everything in its place, as they say. Place for everything in its place. Nice comfortable bed. I'm enjoying that new mattress over the last few nights. Get it so the guys can come in and put their things where they have to put in, and not like, could you get that out of the way, or could you move that, or anything like that. I got to be polite when other folks are coming up. So I'm going to have some dinner. I'm going to continue on with the Pacific. Probably, I think I did parts 2 and 3, no, 3 and 4 yesterday. I'll move on to 5 and 6 and maybe beyond. I am going to stay up a little later, not getting up in the morning. I'm going to spend the morning cleaning myself up, getting a shampoo and basically a bath or whatever you want to call it, cleaning myself up, make myself presentable for the guys when they come in on Friday, so they don't wonder what the hell's been going on here for a few days. So I'm going to do that. Then I'll probably, if the weather's nice, I'll go out tomorrow afternoon, and then the guys will arrive on Friday, and they're talking possibly about going to another spot, at least a couple of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to go yet or not. Depends. So that's what's on tap.
A little dinner, a little Pacific, a little staying up a little bit later, and a little bit of sleeping in. So we'll see you tomorrow at some point, and if the sky looks nice, I'm going to try to get out there. I'm going to try to get a nice starry evening time lapse. If the moon is not too bright, you can really see nice up here, and you can see the Milky Way. I've seen that many times up here. It's just an amazing sight to see that, that's for sure. So hopefully it'll be that, and I better get over there. That stuff's going to start burning up. Thursday morning, kind of wrapping up the solo piece. Right now, time for a cleanup. Certainly ready for something like this after about a week now. Been up since Friday, and it's Thursday, so it's definitely time. Watched some more of the Pacific last night. I think I'm up to part 8. I think I only have 1 or 2 parts left, and just about wrapping that up. Been enjoyable so far. Had to see what those Marines went through. Certainly a living hell, like everyone went through in World War II, whether you were Air Force, Navy, Marines, Army. That didn't matter. You all went through hell to preserve our way of life, and I know we thank you for it. Again, the greatest generation for sure. So I guess for now, a little shave, a little shampoo, a little cleanup. Probably go out for a couple hours this afternoon. It should be a nice afternoon, maybe in the high 30s or so, high 35. I can see some melding going on out there. Head down in a different spot down here, just sitting under a tree for a little bit. Wow, new man, as they say. That felt good to get cleaned up. Getting on about noon, grab some lunch, and then head out to a spot this afternoon.
Last afternoon, just got to another spot, sitting down here on the ground. Haven't done this in a long time. Not been in a stand. So last afternoon, very quiet all week, as you know. I appreciate you coming along with me, keeping me company. If something happens this evening, I think I'll end this right now. So this is White Rook 85. Till next time, take care and safe travels.